We're still in the story of King David this week, but by now, David is a lot different than the David we talked about last week, who was worshiping as he brought the presence of God to the people. Now, David was a man after God's own heart because he worshiped only God for his whole life. But as we've seen with other male leaders in the faith, the older they get, the more sometimes they start to lessen their morals and they go down a slippery slope when it comes to the Lord. And one of the ways that they do it often in the Bible is they fail to instruct their adult children in the Lord.
And we see it with King David. By the time we get to this point in the scripture we're going to talk about today, King David has a lot of grown children. And scripture tells us several of them were extremely handsome or beautiful. Remember, David was a really good looking guy. But several of David's kids, despite what they look like, were wicked. David loved his children, and that love blinded him. It blinded him to the point when he doesn't even act like the ruler over God's people when his kids are involved in something bad. He overlooks their sin and he doesn't follow God's law when they do something evil.